All right, Xavier, we're good to start recording. Well, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the 20th Annual Poetry Out Loud Competition. The inspiration for Poetry Out Loud competition is to promote the love of poetry in both the classroom and the community. The program provides an entry point for many students to learn the love of poetry and own their favorite poems for a lifetime. Poetry Out Loud is a partnership of the National Endowment for the Arts, the Poetry Foundation, and the state and jurisdictional arts agencies. Since 2005, I was a senior, Poetry Out Loud has reached countless students, teachers, and schools across the nation. Poetry Out Loud begins in the classroom as teachers instill a love of poetry and the skills involved in reading, interpreting, and reciting poetry. Students at the school level advance to a school-wide competition and then on to a district competition, which is what's happening today. The winner of today's competition will then advance to the regional competition, which will take place Saturday, February 5th. The winner will be contacted after tonight's competition to receive information about the next level. The state competition is in March, and the national competition will be held in May. And who knows, maybe one of these brilliant and courageous students will advance to the state and the national competitions. I'd like to take a moment real quick to recognize several important people who have helped make today's competition possible. Our two judges today, we have Dr. Jennifer Earl, who's our GUSD Arts Coordinator, and we have Dr. Sherelle Bailey, who's our Coordinator of Equity, Access, and Family Engagement. Our Prompter and Accuracy Judge is Dr. Emil Angaharzadeh. I just call him Dr. Emil. He's our director. He's our Director of Equity, Access, and Family Engagement. Our score tabulator today is Ms. Sonia Gevorgianova. Did I say it right? Yes. Okay, good. Whew, I feel accomplished today. And our event coordinator, Ms. Anita Arjoyan. She's teacher specialist with Equity, Access, and Family Engagement. And I'm Chris Kohlmeyer, MC today, teacher specialist at ETIS. I'd like to introduce a special guest that we have today, our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Darnika Watson.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Okay, there's the energy. Students, good afternoon. All right, you are the best and the brightest, and we can't wait to hear what you have to offer today. Thank you to Equity Access Family Engagement. Special thank you to you, Anita Arjoyan, to make sure that these events happen for our students. And what number is this?
This is number 20.
20. Wow, that's awesome. So thank you guys for being a part. Parents, thank you for supporting your child in this effort. This is amazing. Thank you to the friends that look like they've come out to support their classmates. Thank you for that, to make sure that they are here. And thank you. They need your support. And again, I'm not going to stand between this wonderful event. I'm just excited to see our students here to represent on behalf of their schools. To our administrators there in the back, our teachers, speech, everybody back there, thank you so much for being here. All right, let's get the show on the road. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Watson. And I'd like to introduce probably the most important people in the room today, our student participants for today's competition. The students, yes, give them a round of applause. Students will be called in the order that they will be reciting their poems. So when I call your name, just wave to the crowd like you're, the Rose Parade wave. From Crescenta Valley High School, Chloe Mulcahy. From Glendale High School, Seta Manukian. From Clark Magnet High School, Sophia Gevorgian. Also from Crescenta Valley High School, Sonia Carrillo. From Glendale High School, Hasmik Tumasian. From Hoover High School, Isabel Magaguyan. From Crescenta Valley High School, Sarik Kalachian. And from Glendale High School, Dahlia Vignol. And now I'd like to introduce Miss Anita Arjoyan, who will go over the evaluation criteria for the competition.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I wanted to give you some information about how our students are going to be judged today and how we are going to pick our finalists to go on to represent Glendale Unified School District at the LACO Poetry Out Loud competition. So the judges are going to score our students based on a 6-point scale, and the judges are looking for a few things. They're looking for physical presence, voice and articulation, dramatic appropriateness, evidence of understanding, and an overall performance. We also have our judge who will be checking for accuracy, and the accuracy is on an 8-point scale, or 8 points, so as students do their recitation, depending on their accuracy, they'll get an accuracy score as well. We have 2 rounds. Our students selected their poems, and they selected the order in which they're going to recite their poems. So round 1 will go in the order. Student will come up here, say their name, the name of the poem and the author, poet, not author, excuse me. And then after round 1, we'll tabulate the scores, and then we'll go on to round 2. Same order. Again, students will come up to the front, say the poem title, their name, and the poet's name as well. Once round 2 is done, we will tabulate all the scores, get a grand total, and then determine our first place, second place, and third place students. These students will then be invited, all students will be invited to get an award for their participation. Our first, second, and third students will get medals. They will also be invited back to our board meeting in the future to perform their poem as well. With that, I think, let's get started, yeah?
Okay, here we go. We're going to begin our competition now. The first participant today from Crescenta Valley High School, Chloe Mulcahy.
Chloe Mulcahy, When You Are Old by William Butler Yeats. When you are old and gray and full of sleep and nodding by the fire, take down this book and slowly read and dream of the soft look your eyes had once and of their shadows deep. How many loved your moments of glad grace and loved your beauty with love false or true. But one man loved the pilgrim soul in you and loved the sorrows of your changing face. And bending down beside the glowing bars, murmur, a little sadly, how love fled and paced upon the mountains overhead and hid his face amid a crowd of stars. Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe. So while the judges are tabulating over here, we always have a little bit of time here, so I like to share some stories. First, though, we do have administrators from your guys' high schools that are here that would like to introduce. So I know from Crescenta Valley High School, we have Ms. Chrissy Benitez. And from Glendale High School, Dr. Lynette Ohanian. And Assistant Principal Jessica De La O. From Hoover High School, Dr. Jeremy Spurley. Used to be at Hoover High School, but now is in our Equity, Access, and Family Engagement Department, Dr. Mary Martirosian. I see the Glendale High coach back there, who I've known for many, many, many years, Holly Ciotti. And are the other coaches here? Oh, yes, we have, hold on, don't let me forget, Michelle Cheney from Crescenta Valley High School. And then, hold on, Clark Magnet. Don't go away. I'm sorry, no. Glendale High School, Hoover High School. I knew if I went down the list, I'd get them all. I get them. Hold on, I got your name. I know I was supposed to do this later, but that's okay. Patil Yomasekian. Judges, are we ready for the next participant? Oh, and Estine Sherverdian from Clark Magnet. Yes, thank you. It's a good thing I have Anita here, because... Okay, our next participant from Glendale High School, Seta Manukian.
Seda Manukian, We Are of a Tribe, by Alberto Rios. We plant seeds in the ground and dreams in the sky, hoping that someday the roots of one will meet the upstretched limbs of the other. It has not happened yet. We share the sky, all of us, the whole world. Together, we are a tribe of eyes that look upward, even as we stand on uncertain ground. The earth beneath us moves, quiet and wild, its boundaries shifting, its muscles wavering. The dream of sky is indifferent to all this, impervious to borders, fences, reservations. The sky is our common home, the place we all live. There we are in the world, together. The dream of sky requires no passport. Blue will not be fenced. Blue will not be a crime. Look up. Stay a while. Let your breathing slow. Know that you always have a home here.
Thank you, Seta. Of our participants, are any of you freshmen? Very good. Are any of you sophomores? Very good. Juniors? And seniors? Okay, good. We'll have some questions for you later about future plans and what are you going to do in the 11th grade, things like that. I do have one thing to kind of fill the time here. I have some interesting facts about Mondays. I don't know who made these up, but they're there. So most people don't smile. Students, you probably experienced this. Most people do not smile on a Monday until 11:16 in the morning. Does that sound about accurate? Yeah. Judges, how we doing? Are we good? Okay, perfect. I got more Monday facts for you, so don't worry. Our next participant today from Clark Magnet High School, Sophia Gevorgian.
Sophia Gevorgian, Hope is the Thing with Feathers by Emily Dickinson. Hope is the thing with feathers that perches in the soul and sings the tune without the words and never stops at all. And sweetest in the gale is heard, and sore must be the storm that could abash the little bird that kept so many warm. I've heard it in the chillest land and on the strangest sea, yet never, in extremity, it asked a crumb of me. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Another interesting fact for a Monday, 50% of workers are late on a Monday. Does that apply to students? Yeah, a little bit. And I don't know how they came up with this statistic, but it appears on a Monday, 12 minutes is enough time for most people to complain on a Monday. Do any of you suffer from Monday syndrome? People aged 45 to 54 years old suffer the most from Monday syndrome. So there you go. Judges, are we ready? Good thing it's not Monday today. Correct. Our next participant today from Crescenta Valley High School, Sonia Carrillo.
Sonia Carrillo, Mr. Darcy by Victoria Chang. In the end, she just wanted the house and a horse, not much more. What if he didn't own the house? Or worse, not even a horse? How do we separate the things from a man, the man from the things? Is a man still the same without his reins? Here it rains every 15 minutes. It would be foolish to marry a man without an umbrella. Did Cinderella really love the prince, or just the prints on the curtains in the ballroom? Once I went window shopping, but I didn't want a window. When do you know it's time to get a new man? One who can win more things at the fair? I already have 4 stuffed pandas from the fair. I won fair and square. Is it time to be less square? To wear something more revealing? In North and South, she does the dealing, gives him the money in the end, but she falls in love with him when he has the money, when he is still running away. If the water is running in the other room, is it wrong for me to not want to chase it because it owns nothing else? When I wave to a man I love, what happens when another man with a lot more bags waves back?
Thank you, Sonia. So another interesting fact about a Monday. It says staff here, but I think this is just anybody. Anybody ensures maximum productivity during a Monday to about 3.5 hours. And I guess this is calculable because it's here. Monday is the least rainy weekday. I guess if it was raining on a Monday, we wouldn't get out of bed, or we wouldn't do that. And here's something positive about a Monday. Mondays are the best day to buy a car, as a majority of the sales are made on the weekend, and sellers expect less successful sales on the day. As a result, more sellers are willing to make discounts. So there you go. Things you don't learn in high school. We ready? All right. On to our next participant today from Glendale High School, Hasmik Tomasian.
Hasmik Tomasian, Golden Hour by Kimberly Casey. When you caught one to keep, we took it home and I asked you to teach me. You showed me how to spike the brain. I thanked the fish, looked away, pressed down. We bled it, shaved away the scales, severed meat from bone. I'm afraid of leaving my loved ones alone, flying into an endless sunset the next day, a soft glow through the window, and every passenger is glazed a smooth bronze. Every other seat empty, each face masked, some with simple fabric, others medical-grade filtration set beneath serious eyes. No one here talks much. Bodies pull away from the aisle each time a passenger scurries by. If a plane crashes in the middle of a pandemic, would the world make a sound? How do we grieve one loss among so many? Yesterday, the breeze caught the water, making waves beneath the boat, and you swayed, staring out toward the setting sun, your skin slicked with sweat, bronze in the light under the bridge where you waited for something to bite. I told you I didn't understand the need to maim something just to send it swimming back below with a taste of blood. You told me we are all violent. It's about finding the way out that does the least damage. Thank you.
Thank you, Hosmic. Okay, enough of Mondays. Let's just do some facts about the United States. Actually, we could do this because I have a new crowd here. Does anybody know the oldest school in the Glendale Unified School District? The oldest school. Artie White? GHS? Glen Oaks? The oldest school, Glendale High School. Does anybody know the oldest elementary school in Glendale? No, Dr. Watson, I was not here during these times. I was not here. The oldest elementary school in Glendale Unified. La Crescenta? John Marshall. Yeah. I got some more for you as we go on here. Judges, are we ready? All right. Our next participant from Hoover High School, Isabel Magaguyan.
Can we lower it down here? Yeah. Isabel Magaguyan. She Walks in Beauty by Lord Byron. She walks in beauty like the night, of cloudless climes and starry skies, and all that's best of dark and bright meet in her aspect and her eyes, thus mellow to that tender light which heaven to gaudy day denies. When shade the more, when ray the less, had half impaired the nameless grace, which waves in every raven tress, or softly lightens o'er her face, where thoughts serenely sweet express how pure, how dear their dwelling place. And on that cheek and o'er that brow, so soft, so calm, yet eloquent, the smiles that win, the tints that glow, but tell of days in goodness spent. A mind at peace with all below, a heart whose love is innocent. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. Does anybody know? There's 3 sites up in the Montrose La Crescenta area that used to be Glendale Unified Schools. Does anybody know what those sites are now? Actually, 2 sites, one down south here. How many of you know where Chamalian School is? That's the old Lowell Elementary School. How many of you know where it's in Montrose? And I think it's a nurses' academy. Armenian Sisters Academy, thank you. That's the old Montrose Elementary School, just above Honolulu. And then down here in, oh, judges, are we ready? Okay, good. Hold that thought. I'll tell you the last one in a minute. This way you won't leave. Our next participant from Crescenta Valley High School, Sarik Kalachian.
Sarik Kalachian, Acquainted with the Night by Robert Frost. I have been one, acquainted with the night. I have walked out in rain and back in rain. I have outwalked the furthest city light. I have looked down the saddest city lane. I have passed by the watchman on his beat and dropped my eyes, unwilling to explain. I half stood still and stopped the sound of feet. When far away, an interrupted cry came over houses from another street, but not to call me back or say goodbye. Yet further still, at an unearthly height, one luminary clock against the sky proclaimed the time was neither wrong nor right. I have been one, acquainted with the night. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarik. So there's another elementary school called Magnolia Elementary down here in the southern part of Glendale. It's where our current facilities and operations is. And then there's a school sites that are condos right now. How many of you are familiar with where Incarnation School is? On Central? Is it Central? Yeah, Central and Glen Oaks. Right across the street where there's kind of newer condos. That's the old Eugene Field Elementary School. Yeah. You went to Eugene Field? Yeah. I know it's hard for you to believe, but when I was in preschool, that's where I learned how to ride a bike. They had a little bike track there on the playground. Judges, are we ready? All right. As we come to the end of round one, our next participant from Glendale High School, Dahlia Vignal.
Dahlia Vignal, There Are Birds Here by Jamal May. For Detroit. There are birds here. So many birds here, is what I was trying to say when they said those birds are metaphors for what is trapped between buildings and buildings. No, there are birds here to root around for bread. The girls' hands tear and toss like confetti. No, I don't mean the bread is torn like cotton. I said confetti. And no, not the confetti a tank can make of a building. I mean the confetti a boy can't stop smiling about. And no, his smile isn't much like a skeleton at all. And no, his neighborhood is not like a war zone. I'm trying to say his neighborhood is as tattered and feathered as anything else, as shadow-pierced by sun and light parted by shadow dance as anything else. But they won't stop saying, how lovely the ruins, how ruined the lovely children must be in that birdless city. Thank you.
Thank you, Dahlia. And that brings us to the end of round one, and there will be some tabulation going on. So let's continue with the history of Glendale schools here. Ms. Benitez, you're not allowed to answer this one. Does anybody know what Crescenta Valley High School was before it became Crescenta Valley High School? Put your hand down. Please, Ms. Clark Junior High. It was Clark Junior High School. Yep. And then they built, the Rosemont Clark buildings that kind of look similar. And the old Clark Junior High became Crescenta Valley High School. Does anybody know the oldest middle school in Glendale? Junior high, we can call it junior high. Toll? Anybody else? That's not my phone, I promise. 3rd Street Intermediate School, which sat right where we are right now. It then moved to the tennis courts that are located at Glendale High School now, and it became known as Wilson Intermediate School, and then from there it moved to its location where it is now. See, you're all going to sleep much better tonight knowing these things. And I got a couple more for you. But before we go on, are we going to go on to round 2 now? Not yet. Okay, I'll keep going. What are we, Tuesdays? Tuesdays. No, I had one more interesting fact about Glendale schools. Oh, I know what it is. What's the newest, and I don't mean remodeled, I mean last added, elementary school in Glendale Unified? Edison? Anybody else? Balboa? Mountain Avenue. I think it was 61. Oh, well, that one doesn't count. I mean, okay, technically, all right. I'll give you that one, but it still kept the same name. Yeah. And then I thought I had one more, but maybe not. Let's check in with the students here. Those of you that are seniors, I think there was 2 of you. What are our plans for next year? Do we know what we're gonna do? Okay. Okay. UCLA is on your radar. Very good. Okay. So, but UCLA is kind of your number one. Go Bruins. Yeah. Go Bruins. Dr. Watson, you're a Bruin. Oh, I remember when your child went into UCLA. Perfect. And we're ready to go? Okay, perfect. We'll catch up with you and your dreams and wishes. Okay, we're going to begin round 2 here, and we're going to go back up to the top from Crescenta Valley High School. Chloe Mulcahy.
Chloe Mulcahy, because I will be silenced by Hajin. Once I have the freedom to say, my tongue will lose its power. Since my poems strive to break the walls that cut off people's voices, they become drills and hammers. But I will be silenced. The star tie around my neck at any moment can tighten into a cobra. How can I speak about coffee and flowers? Thank you.
Thank you, Chloe. What are our dreams and wishes for next year? Any UC? UCLA or Berkeley? Excellent locations. There's this one with a $1 billion view that I wish I would have gone to, but I didn't. It's that UC called Santa Barbara, right there on the water. Oh, my heavens. Yeah, that one's good. Well, I wish you both best of luck. Juniors, where's my juniors here? Juniors? I know you're looking ahead to your senior year, but do you have anything further out, like colleges, universities that you're interested in? Sure. Theater? East Coast, yep. Beautiful back there this time of year. Well, it's cold right now, but in the fall when the colors are changing, yeah. Very good. Any particular institution? NYU? Very good. Very good. Any other juniors? We got anything on the horizon when you're, I mean, we're looking 2 years out, but that's okay. Any hopes, dreams? No? Go ahead. Theater? Yeah. Very good. Very good. Yeah. I'm sorry? Stay in California? Yeah. I stayed in California. Heck, I stayed in Glendale. I haven't left. I was born here. Dr. Marta Rosian, same thing. Yes. And very good. Yeah, a lot of. Dr. Emil, I know, was not born here, but he went to school here. Yeah. All right, moving on to our next participant from Glendale High School, Seda Manukian.
Seda Manukian, They Are Hostile Nations by Margaret Atwood. 1. In view of the fading animals, the proliferation of sewers and fears, the sea clogging, the air nearing extinction, we should be kind. We should take warning. We should forgive each other. Instead, we are opposite. We touch as though attacking. And the gifts we bring, even in good faith, maybe, warp in our hands to implements, to maneuvers. 2. Put down the target of me you guard inside your binoculars. In turn, I will surrender this aerial photograph. Your vulnerable sections, marked in red, I have found so useful. See, we are alone in the dormant field, the snow that cannot be eaten or captured. 3. Here there are no armies. Here there is no money. It is cold and getting colder. We need each other's breathing, warmth. Surviving is the only war we can afford. Stay walking with me. There is almost time. If we can only make it as far as the, possibly, last summer.
Thank you, Seda. Any juniors and, freshmen and sophomores? I know it's a long way off. Do we have a favorite college we want to go to? Haven't decided yet? You don't have to. That's the good news. Yeah. Oxford, really? Wow. I wish you the best. Yes, yes. Uh-huh. Great program there. Yeah. I hear they have a pretty good football team, too. Judges, are we? Oh, yeah. Hook 'em. Yeah. They are, yes, in the college football playoff. Okay. Our next participant here in round 2, Clark Magnet High School, Sophia Gevorgian.
Sophia Gevorgian, The End of the World by Dana Joya. We're going, they said, to the end of the world. So we stopped the car where the river curled, and we scrambled down beneath the bridge on the gravel track of a narrow ridge. We tramped for miles on a wooded walk where a dog hobble grew on its twisted stalk. Then we stopped to rest on the pine needle floor while 2 ospreys watched from an oak by the shore. We came to a bend where the river grew wide and green mountains rose on the opposite side. My guides moved back. I stood alone as the current streaked over smooth, flat stone. Shelf by stone shelf the river fell, the white water goose-tailed with eddying swell. Faster and louder the current dropped till it reached a cliff and the current stopped. I stood at the edge where the mist descended, my journey done where the world ended. I looked downstream. There was nothing but sky, the sound of the water, and the water's reply. Thank you.
Thank you, Sophia. Anybody else want to share college dream? No? Okay. Speaking of college, I have some interesting facts. In the 1940s, because, you know, the College Bowl season is coming up, the Rose Bowl and all that. But in the 1940s, the College Bowl games included the Raisin Bowl, the Salad Bowl, and the Oil Bowl. Good thing those are not around anymore. That's a good thing. And does anybody happen to know which major university holds the record for most bowl appearances? Most bowl appearances. Bama, Florida? Ohio State? Uh-oh. No battles here, please. Michigan. Yeah, Michigan. All right. Our next participant here in round 2 from Crescenta Valley High School, Sonia Carrillo.
Sonia Carrillo, Sonnet 29, When in Disgrace with Fortune and Men's Eyes, by William Shakespeare. When in disgrace with fortune and men's eyes, I all alone beweep my outcast state, and trouble death heaven with my bootless cries, and look upon myself and curse my fate, wishing me like to one more rich in hope, featured like him with friends possessed, desiring this man's art and that man's scope, with what I most enjoy contented least. Yet, in these thoughts, myself almost despising, haply, I think on thee. And then my state, like to the lark at break of day, arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings.
Thank you, Sonia. Let's give these young people a round of applause. This is pretty good. I don't know that I could get up there and do this, so congratulations to all of you, and I wish you all the best. Does anybody know what the first bowl game was that was ever played? And between whom? So you guys should go back to your teachers tomorrow and quiz them. It was the Orange Bowl. It was played in 1935 between the University of Miami and Miami College. I'm sorry, Manhattan College. I misspoke there. And in order to save money, Manhattan College took a 3-day boat ride to Miami. They saved money. Doesn't say the score. Here's a great fact that I love every time I do this one. When the Nebraska Cornhuskers play a home football game, their stadium alone becomes the 3rd largest city in Nebraska with the number of people in it. So we'll have some more for you here in a moment. Are we ready, judges? Perfect. Our next participant here in round 2 from Glendale High School, Hasmik Tomasian.
Sorrow is Not My Name, by Ross Gay, after Gwendolyn Brooks. No matter the pull toward brink, no matter the florid, deep sleep awaits, there is a time for everything, Look, just this morning, a vulture nodded his red, grizzled head at me, and I looked at him, admiring the sickle of his beak. Then the wind kicked up, and after arranging that good suit of feathers, he up and took off. Just like that. And to boot, there are, on this planet alone, something like 2 million naturally occurring sweet things, some with names so generous as to kick the steel from my knees. Agave, persimmon, stickball, the purple okra I bought for $2 at the market. Think of that. The long night, the skeleton in the mirror, the man behind me on the bus taking notes. Yeah. But look, my niece is running through a field calling my name. My neighbor sings like an angel, and at the end of my block is a basketball court. I remember. My color's green. I'm spring. For Walter Akins. Thank you.
Thank you, Hosmik. To the parents, raise your hand if you are a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a sibling of one of our participants here. Congratulations to you folks. Thank you for coming. Your family members up here are doing an amazing job. Another little interesting fact for you. In college football, when they make a field goal, you know it's worth 3 points. Prior to 1904, it was worth 5 points. And then after 1904, it was decreased to 4 points. And then it became 3 points about 1910. Ready, judges? Thank you so kindly. And our next participant here in round 2 from Hoover High School, Isabel Magaguian. I will get it right. Hang in there.
Was it? Sorry.
You want it higher, lower?
Lower, please. Yeah, that's great. Isabel Magaguian. Breaking news by Nur Hindi. We'll wake up Sunday morning and read the paper, read each other, become consumers of each other's stories, a desperate reaching for another body's warmth, its words buoying us through the world. We carry graveyards on our backs, and I'm holding a lightning bug, hostage in one hand, its light dimming in the warmth of my fist, and in the other, a pen to document its death. Isn't that terrible, I'll ask you, shutting my fist once more? In interviews, I frame my subjects' stories through a lens to make them digestible to consumers. I become a machine, a transfer of information. They become a plea for empathy. An oversaturation of feelings will fail at transforming into action. Isn't it? And at the end of the summer, the swimming pools will be gutted of water and it'll be impossible to swim. Thank you.
Thank you, Isabel. I know finals are next week. I hate to bring up a sore subject for the students. Sorry. Maybe we'll do well. I know you're going to do well. Holiday break plans. Anybody got anything fun planned? We're going to sleep for 2 weeks? Recovering from finals for 2 weeks? Yes. Well, whatever you choose to do, hope you have a great time off. Recharge those batteries. Dr. Watson likes to tell us, get those batteries recharged. I didn't mean that because I'm at ETIS and talking about batteries. Are we ready? Okay. Our next participant here from Crescenta Valley High School, Sari Kalachian.
Sari Kaleshian, piano by D.H. Lawrence. Softly, in the dusk, a woman is singing to me, taking me back down the vista of years till I see a child sitting under the piano in the boom of the tingling strings and pressing the small, poised feet of a mother who smiles as she sings. In spite of myself, the insidious mastery of song betrays me back till the heart of me weeps to belong to old Sunday evenings at home with winter outside and hymns in the cozy parlor, the tinkling piano our guide. So now it is vain for the singer to burst into clamor with the great black piano appassionato. The glamour of childhood days is upon me. My manhood is cast. Down in the flood of remembrance, I weep like a child for the past. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarik. So as I was listening up here, I'm thinking, okay, where did this love of poetry come from? So I thought our early elementary teachers kind of teach us about reading and understanding and things like that. So those of you who are from Hoover, raise your hand. What elementary school did you go to? Artie White. Was there a particular teacher that kind of? I came in during second grade. So I didn't know anyone, and I came from like Armenian private school. Uh-huh. Different cultural thing, but like the English, all the teachers I had were great, but I had a teacher, Mr. Hakian. Mr. Garden, who's an Armenian teacher. Yeah. So like they were great. Very good. Like I guess acclimate and like really inspired me. Good. I love hearing stories like that. Any of my other Hoover folks want to share? What's that? Oh, she's okay. Glendale High. What elementary school? And did you have a teacher that kind of? Glen Oaks, great school. Uh-huh. And that was the start. Do you want to share who that teacher was? Do you want to share who that teacher was? Mrs. Mays? Yeah. She at Rosemont? Got it. Got it. Okay. We'll come back to that as they're tabulating the totals here. And as we come to the end of round 2, our next participant from Glendale High School, Dahlia Vignol.
Dahlia Vignol, American Smooth by Rita Dove. We were dancing. It must have been a foxtrot or a waltz, something romantic but requiring restraint. Rise and fall, precise execution as we moved into the next song without stopping. 2 chests heaving above a 7-league stride. Such perfect agony one learns to smile through. Ecstatic mimicry being the sine qua non of American Smooth. And because I was distracted by the effort of keeping my frame, the leftward lean, head turned just enough to gaze out past your ear and always smiling, smiling. I didn't notice how still you had become until we had done it. For 2 measures, 4, achieved flight, that swift and serene magnificence, before the earth remembered who we were and brought us down. Thank you.
Thank you, Dahlia. And that brings us to the end of round 2. And I know they're going to take some time to tabulate up the winners. But first, let's give the students a round of applause for. This is one of my favorite things all year is to listen to your poetry that you have chosen. So that's pretty good for all of us. And coaches, the high school coaches that are here that came to support, Give them a round of applause as well. And our high school administrators that came, this is the most administration that I've seen at one of these in quite a while. So thank you for supporting your students. Let's get back to, while they're tabulating, who else wants to share? So we have my Glendale High people. Anybody else from Glendale High? What was your elementary school? John Marshall, very good. Did you have an inspirational teacher that kind of got you this direction? Second grade, okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay. Well, good for you. Yeah. What middle school did you go to? Wilson. And do you want to identify that teacher? Mr. Ortiz? Very good. Congratulations. Good for you. Glendale High, what was your elementary school? Vertigo Woodlands, very good. Gardner. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. That's really cool. Wow. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. Crescenta Valley High School, my Crescenta Valley High School people. Is there an elementary school or even middle if you want to identify a middle school teacher? No? Anybody? All right. I went to Balboa, if that counts. They didn't have electricity then, though, but just kidding. But again, thank you everybody for supporting these kids today and getting their, see where this turns out. One of these folks may be the national, go on to state competition and then the national competition. So you never know. You never know. I was looking at the news there, and there was kind of there was a down in the Palm Springs area, there was a accident during a Christmas parade down there. I don't know if any of you followed that at all. Anyway, there's a law firm, small story, Wilson Middle School story. There's a law firm that's representing some of those that were injured. And I hear the kids, the lawyer's name, and I go, I know that name. I know that. And I went on the website. He went through Glendale schools. He was my student at Wilson Middle School, Stefano Formica. And I thought that was, you see people that you've touched, and it's pretty cool. So you're going to be one of those one day. You'll be famous. Everybody in here go, I remember them. We do have another guest that came in, one of our board members, Netta Farid, if you'd say wave to everybody, and thanks for coming to support the kids. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. All right, we are getting close to the results here. Thank goodness for Apple phone calculators. Thank goodness for those. What's that? Any fact about, well, I will share with you, I remember when my brother got his first calculator, it was $100. It was electronic, and all I did was punch numbers in it all day long. I thought it was cool. Now they come on your phone, so, All right, I'm going to turn it over to Anita Arjoyan, and she's got the announcements. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming today.
Hi again. Before we announce the winners, I do want to acknowledge every one of our participants. When I call your name, please come up. I want to give you a certificate. And then we'll take some pictures. And then once I have everyone here, then I'll call the first, second, and third winners. Sound good? Dr. Watson, do you want to come up here and yeah? Okay. All right. Sari Kalachian. Sonia Carrillo. Chloe Mulcaney. Sonia, if you want to go from over there. Yeah, please. Dahlia Vignol. Seda Manukian. Hasmik Tumasian. Sofia Gevorgian. Isabel Maraguyan. So as a former English teacher, as a former student of Glendale Unified, I think you are so brave for coming up here and performing in front of your family, your teachers, your administrators, your superintendent. That's so amazing. So excellent work to all of you. All right. Okay, so in third place, we have Hasmik Tumasian. In second place, we have Dahlia Vignol. And in first place, we have Sonia Carrillo. Yay. Excellent work, everyone. If parents, you want to take pictures. Yeah. Miss Farid, if you want to come up too, please. Come on. Yes, coaches, judges. We can also do like separate schools so you can have your school represented as well. Okay, with that, thank you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting your kiddos. Come on up. Let's take. Coaches, come on, come on. Thank you. All right, and if students, you guys want to go sit down, and then we'll call you by school, just so we can represent the school. Yay! Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I just wanted to quickly say thank you to our MC. How entertaining was he? Students, my first, second, and third place winners, I will individually email you, call you, and we can move from there. Everyone, thank you so much. Have a good night. Thank you for being here.